Irris, if you're with us, just tell us a bit more about what Israeli reaction has been to all of this.
The Israeli reaction, I think none of this is easy for Israeli ears to hear, particularly the comments about October the 7th, because the Hamas attacks had such a powerful impact here in their brutality, rapes, murders, abductions. All of those things really did have a huge impact, plus the promise by Hamas leaders in the days after the October 7th attacks simply to continue and carry out more of them. So they see this as a defensive action. They didn't start it. There was no attack from here on October the 6th. And that's part of, I think, the problem for Israelis listening to this. The other thing is that they say, despite the comments by many right-wing politicians, including possibly the Prime Minister, they say that the fight that Israel has is with Hamas, not the Palestinian people in Gaza, and that Hamas hides amongst the population, or indeed beneath the population, building protection for itself, not for them, but working from within schools, within hospitals, and within UN shelters to attack Israel. So for all of those reasons, I think people here do not believe that this is in fact genocide. They think it's a justified attack back against someone who attacked them.
And no one is denying, of course, that the attacks October 7th were horrendous. Those 1,200 people killed, the hostages taken. But there are many who do say that the Israeli response since then, with 23,000 Palestinians killed, is disproportionate. How do people there justify that?
I think, first of all, they are not sure of that number of 23,000 since Hamas puts out figures that include civilians and combatants. Israel says it's killed around 8,500. So that would be 15,000 civilians, which is still a huge number. And I don't know how much Israelis take that on board. Actually, there's not much viewing of what happens in Gaza other than from the Israeli point of view on Israeli television. That's a decision that Israel has made and its broadcasters have made. So perhaps they don't really take on board the level of destruction. What Israelis seem to want is for certainly the hostages to be returned, 97 days of being held in Hamas's tunnels, and for Hamas as a leadership figure in the Gaza Strip, for that role to end. And I guess what they're saying is that this is a Hamas imperative, not an Israeli imperative, but I don't know that they really take on board the impact of those figures.
Irris, thank you for that. Irris Makler reporting for us from Jerusalem.